Tembea na mi, tembea na mi. An amazing one starting us out tonight on the Boomyard is Tembea Nami, Benachi featuring Alice Kimanzi on the Boomyard tonight. Karibuni sana. You know, every Saturday tunakuanga hapa from 7 p.m. all the way to 10 p.m. on the Boomyard, live on Hope FM, where you listen and live. This is the place and the station to be. My name is Tiffany Omboy, your host with the most. Kama kawaida, we are right here just to rock your weekend on the Boomyard. Niambieni mnanisikiza kutoka wapi? Where are you tuned in from? If you are streaming us on our social media platforms, because yes, we are very much live on social media, please do go ahead and let me know. Our WhatsApp line is open to your comments, to your feedback on 0717 400 555. That is 0717 400 555. Let me know where you are tuned in from. Let me know how your week has been. It is a new month already. Aren't we excited that we are again in the 8th month of the year? God has been faithful. God has been good. And for me personally, I'm giving thanks to God because life is nothing to take for granted. Or rather, it's not something to take for granted. And so again, please do go ahead and let me know where you are tuned in from tonight. We have an amazing power-packed show. You do not want to miss this. Please go ahead and also share the same link on our social media platforms. You are live again on Hope FM Live, on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Go ahead and share that link. Tell somebody in case unatafuta mziki ya kufurahisha ama unatafuta, unapika mahali, uko mahali, you're feeling down, maybe you're on your way home, you're driving, ama uko kwa matatu na Hope FM iko live. Please do go ahead and let me know. Again, our WhatsApp line is 0717 400 555, and we are live on our social media platforms on Hope FM Live, that is on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter. And tonight we're going to be also introducing a new segment where we get to catch up with what has been happening throughout the week. So please do go ahead and also let me know what that is for you, what has made your week. Of course, our Meme ni Nani segment will be coming up in the next hour, but for this hour, the new segment itakuja inaitwa Try and Keep Up. It is coming right after this music break that is coming shortly. So this is just going to be letting you guys know what has been happening throughout the weekend. Of course, you can also let me know in case something interesting caught your eye on social media, ama mali uko tu kwa area nyumbani kitu tu ilikushika macho ikakuwa very interesting. Please go ahead and let me know. Our WhatsApp line is open, and on social media you can also let me know the same. We are live on Hope FM Live, and also of course the station is 93.3 in Nairobi, Hope FM, where you listen and live.
Experience the hope, the music, the anointing. This is Hope FM, where you listen and live.
The breakfast show that kickstarts.
Hey, amama bondeni, baba utukuke. Hey, utukuke. Utukuke, of course, an amazing one by Moji Short Baba featuring Eunice Njeri, bringing us to 22 minutes past the top of the hour right here on Boomyard on Hope FM, where you listen and live. You are tuned into 93.3. That is Hope FM, where you listen and live. My name is Tiffany Womboy. And of course, as I had mentioned, that we are going to be doing this new segment. Sijui kama mko tayari?
happening in the week on the Boomyard.
All right.
Try and keep up.
Try and keep up. So can you keep up with what has been happening in the week? So just to start us out, something interesting is that sijui kama mliona ilikuwa social media, sijui kama ilikuwa this week, but I saw where Lana drivers wase wenye wako maybe wako fresh from driving school ama wako driving school bado na wako na the L sign on the cars. They are actually asking for patience from Kenyans because Kenyans ni kama mlisema patience is not your thing. Ni kama tulisema hapo kwa patience kidogo siko hapo because it's like they have really suffered Now wamesema enough is enough. We would just like to have just a tiny bit of some patience from you guys. That is all we are asking for. And so a couple of them, actually, I don't know where exactly the survey was done, but I'm pretty sure this cannot be fake news because I was a Lana at one point and I know how it feels like. And so let me just read this article real quick that says a number of new drivers bearing the L sign have described the first few weeks of driving on Nairobi roads as torturous. According to some of the new drivers, the roads are hostile to anyone whose vehicle bears the red L sticker. Some motorists, literally, this is someone who's giving an example, a person who's still a Lana, anasema manze kuna wengine literally wanakupigia hiyo honi ndio like wanakuonyesha we cheki unafanya toka, I want to pass, can you move, can you get out of the road, you are a Lana, can you let me pass, mwenye nguvu mpishe, so please can you just move, Very interesting. And another example, someone saying the other day a traffic officer alimsimamisha akamuuliza unaruka nini traffic lights because the car was firmly on the road, lakini ni kama alikuwa anamuitisha hongo. Very unfortunate. But Lana drivers are asking for some patience from Kenyan drivers. If you are a Lana, also of course all of us have been Lanas. If you're driving currently, please let me know if this was also you are driving at some point na ukienda kwanza Jogoo Road, hey, unajua Thika Road, it's clear, it's not so bad, it's wide, iko na lanes kama 4, Mombasa Road, not so bad. But then ukienda place kama Jogoo Road, my friends, ati uko na L, hapo lanes ni 2 and sometimes inakuwa hata 4 for somehow Kenyans who overlap just find it a way to make it 4 lanes. Poleni sana to all the Lanas in the building. So sorry for that unfortunate happening. So sorry for that.
Keeping up with what is happening in the week on the Boomyard.
And something else actually for trying to keep up is very, very, very something that is, I don't know if it revealed how ignorant Kenyans are. Ama nini ilifanyika because iyo mambo ya Worldcoin, Hey, alafu leo kwanza on the meme ni nani segment niko na some very hatari memes on the Worldcoin. Kama ulikuwa mmoja wao wenye alikuwa anaenda Worldcoin, please jianike tu, imagine ama kama jiseme tu, sitasema jina yako aki sitasema jina yako, lakini I don't know if there's one thing that revealed how sometimes the Kenyans can be ignorant, but this is one of those things. So Worldcoin by the way wamekuwa, in case you've been to many supermarket outlets, Naivas, Quickmart, personally niliona Naivas wanakwambia naweza kuongelesha kidogo, there's this thing, so it's called World. Okay, personally mimi sikuwahi sikiza because I don't think I was really interested, but clearly there are many Kenyans who maybe install the app if they have an app or something and all that. And waliambia by the way kujeni for screening, sio kama walita screening ama walita nini, lakini kama unataka 7,000 unaona little money usikuje, lakini if you'd like some free 7,000 shillings, please come to Kenyatta International Conference Center, that is KICC, na tutaangalia hiyo eyeball yako tu kidogo. My people, this thing has attracted a lot of backlash because while many people were saying that, it was approved by the Ministry of ICT, that is CS Eliud Owalo, there are many people who are like, what do you mean? Free 7,000? Pesa ya free? Kenya? Uko sure? There's no catch, there's nothing I'll lose, there's nothing, I just go. In fact, I even saw a lady, not actually a very old lady, alisema tu mimi nimesikia kuna 7,000 mimi nimekam. Wase pia wanduthi walikuwa hapa nasema mimi nimesikia kuna Nikamwa nikuje. I mean 7,000 for free, nani atakataa hiyo? And it's brought a lot of backlash actually, because the Ministry of Interior, if I'm not wrong, was like, excuse me people, kindly, you cannot be engaging with such things. And I'd just like to read a portion of that statement by the Ministry of Interior led by CS Kiduri Kindiki that was saying the government has raised concerns on the ongoing activities of an organization called WorldCoin involved in the registration of citizens through collection of eyeball and iris data. They said that relevant security, financial services, and data protection agencies have commenced inquiries and investigations, because they're saying there's a lot of gaps and loopholes that are in that kind of system, which was being enforced by WorldCoin. And while there's so much that is going on social media, because nobody really knows what is true and what is false yet, because the investigations I think are still ongoing. If they have concluded, please do let me know again in the comment section. I would love to know myself. But the Ministry of Interior and I don't know which other ministry also just came together and they were like, excuse me, this is wrong. I mean, in what world will you just be given free money and there's no catch? Like, you just come, and in fact, it wasn't just in form of cash, it was in form of now the WorldCoin cryptocurrency. My people. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 is not in vain. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. Anyway, maybe it was a legit thing. I mean, it's good if they managed to get involved in some technological advancements. But if it was false, and there's also a lot of security data that might be leaked, you don't know where, you don't know how. There's a lot of information they were giving, even including contacts. And I'm just like, people, hamuoni my red flags hapa kwa hii kitu ya WorldCoin? Oh my goodness, because I saw all the red flags in the WorldCoin. But anyway, Mr. Ongea.
Keeping up with what is happening in the week on the Boomyard. Try and keep up.
All right. And finally on Try and Keep Up tonight, in case, of course, again, if you have seen our post, you would know that tonight we're going to be talking about everything to do with savings and investments, finance, personal finance growth. And the Central Bank of Kenya has actually launched a platform. No, I don't know if I'll pronounce it correctly, but it's the CDS. And this platform is basically to help people who want to invest in treasury bills and bonds. I think it helps because before you would actually need to go physically to CBK in CBD and go to open an account. I was just like, this is the ghetto. But they have launched an app finally that allows you to just invest very easily. Though from what I am seeing, it shows that you would need to have prior information on how to actually invest before you actually invest. And so it's not that maybe you would start from scratch. You would need to have a bit of information about investing in treasury bills and treasury bonds. But I think it's a great technological advancement. I mean, who is still going to physical offices to go and find, try to open a bank account or any kind of account, really? I mean, for a long time, I was bothered by that, but at least finally they have embraced that kind of technology. And so if you are willing or interested in investing in treasury bills and bonds, also tonight, in case you might have some time, we'll also go through that and how to invest in that. We'll be having an amazing guest coming through tonight. So please do not think of tuning out from Hope FM. Please stay tuned because we're going to be having that amazing conversation, everything to do with personal finance, growth, saving, and investments right here on Hope FM on the Boomyard.
Hope FM exists to know God and make Him known through evangelism and discipleship. For feedback, suggestions, or complaints regarding our programming, talk to us on 0709 861180 or email us on feedback.
Hey, Yesu anagonga. Way. Hey. An amazing one, Yesu anagonga. That is Wahoo featuring Size 8 Reborn. Right here on the Boomyard tonight on 93.3 Hope FM, where you listen and live. Again, my name is Tiffany Wamboy, and we are at 39 minutes past the top of the hour, or 21 minutes to the top of the next hour. Now, waseme meshaanza kustream in. If I can just read a bit of your comments. Naona Calvin Mirioba alifika sawa very early, first time. Calvin Mirioba anasema tuned in from Kisii, Kenya. Karibu sana Kisii County represented. Kuna Paul Mwenda Mikindani, Mombasa. Watu wa Coastal mko vipi? I have Sami Nganga on Facebook, that is from Kibabi Bungoma, is listening. Karibu sana Sami. Thank you so much for once again tuning in tonight. We have Winfred Matthew Nyeri Town kama kawaida tuned in. The hashtag is Boomyard. I also have Gilbert Kiprono tuned in from Ngata in, is it Ngata ama ni Ngata? Aki nisi chome. But karibu sana manze. I'm so happy to see you. How is your week? Nona Pesh umewasili kama kawaida manze. Pesh karibu sana. Pesh anasema hi Tiffany, praise God. Pesh here, happy new month. Happy new month to you too. Pesh anasema I believe it is still new. How was your week? My week was awesome. Nimekuwa tu nikirelax, baridi nini lakini mimi niko sawa. Pesh anasema mine was good. Huku Tharaka tuna enjoy jua. Must be nice. Juku Nairobi tunateseka, tunapigwa na baridi. In fact, sometimes the weather just changes, inakuwa baridi alafu kunakuwa na joto. But all in all, it's all good. Pesha anaendelea kusema you people should hammer to this place hadi baridi iishe. Anyway, tune in kama kawaida, ready for an amazing evening, requesting Shackle's song. The hashtag is Boomyard. Thank you so much Pesh for tuning in kama kawaida. Naona Chairman Joseph Karani tuned in as usual from Midheru, anasema hashtag Boomyard. Hello Tiffany, mark me present. Watu walimuru wafunge mlango, baridi yao imetoka nje inasurura. That is the attitude. I love to hear that. Karibu sana Chairman Joseph. I also have Larry anasema hi Tiffany, nice to chill kwa Boomyard, we've been waiting for you. Manze Boomyard ndio imewasili. Anasema nilisikia wase wenye waliskaniwa macho sava inazima. Sava inazimwa kesho. Manze macho zinazimwa kesho, wale wa Worldcoin poleni sana. Anasema kumbe historia Lana, no wonder jana niliona gari ilikuwa na L inaenda kama safari rally. That is very true. That is Liz from Kimbo Entry. Romanze Liz, ni ukweli. Ni kama wameanza kutetewa sasa, wana take advantage. Acha sasa sijui, but Malanas pia I also have Marie from Kisumu. Maria amenitumia picha ya chapo hapa. We bana, sasa si unitumie chapo kabla ya kunitumia picha. Anasema every Saturday I listen to you while making chapos. Karibu sana girl but Jesus kule kwa macho. Man, hiyo chapo inakaa tamu. Alafu ameweka mchuzi hapo nyuma manze. Unanitesa lakini ni sawa. Anasema keep making us women proud on radio. Play Just Away by Kaberere. May he rest in peace. And Mr. V. That is Marie from Kisumu. Marie, thank you so much for tuning in once again. Hizo chapo next time please nisambazie zifike Nairobi very very fast. Tafadhali, I am begging you. Please, I would love to have that. And again, continue sending your comments. Again, we are live on our social media platforms on Hope FM Live. That is on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter. Or you can send me a WhatsApp message message on 0717400555. Our SMS line is also open to you on to your comments on 20933. You can reach out to me right there. Let me know where you're listening and tuned in from. Let me know what you're looking forward to. As I told you guys, tonight we're going to be having an amazing conversation on mambo pesa. Unajua kidogo labda salo imeingia last week ama ndio inaingia, wataka kujua sasa ndakuwa nafanya nini nayo ama inaisha haraka. Worry no more, cause we got you. No, usi stress, we got you right here. And it's going to be an amazing session, so please do stay tuned. We also have the meme ni nani segment coming up in the next hour, so send in those memes zenye zimekutengenezea siku ama zimekutengenezea wiki on the same WhatsApp line. That is 0717400555, or leave me a comment of a meme that just made you laugh this week. I'm sure the world coin ni mingi jumini kwa nazo kadhaa, and let me know again those memes zenye zimekutengenezea siku right here on the Boomyard. Hey, the song is Bless Me. That is by Pastor Timam featuring Gitwamba Music. Bringing us to 5 minutes to the top of the next hour right here on Boomyard on Hope FM, where you listen and live. And by the way, nimeona wengine wenu mmeshapiendelea kutune in, manze mmeendelea kutuma hizo ma comments. Thank you so much once again. Also let me know, what are you giving thanks for this week, this new month? Let me know, what is that one thing that you are saying, God, manze, tumekuja this far. It is the 8th month of the year, and I am alive. I am well. I'm not, sick or anything. Or even if I've gone through some kind of illness, I am okay right now. Manze, we are giving thanks to God for every single thing right here on the Boomyard, even as we rock into the weekend. This is a place to be, as you have seen. I think this is the Marie from Kisumu, manze, akipika chapo anasema anasikizanga tu, aneka kwa background, anasikiza muziki fiti. Thank you so much, Marie, once again. Na hizo chapo tafadhali send them my way, because uwezi niacha nikule kwa macho tafadhali. And also on WhatsApp, I have right here somebody asking, hi Tiffany, what is the name of the song that played before the break? I guess it's an Afrobeat song. Yes, the name of the song is Zion, or GBE. I don't know how to pronounce it because I think it's a Nigerian artist. His name is Remaz. That's an amazing song as well. The spelling is REHMAHZ. Yes, that's the name of the Afrobeat song. An amazing one, and asante sana for tuning in. I hope imekubamba hiyo song. I also have Francis from Kangemi anasema, good evening Tiffany, tuned in from Kangemi. There's a song you're requesting by Pastor Tuati, all right, that is well noted. Thank you so much Francis for tuning in from all the way from Kangemi. Manze, ikoaje? Kuna baridi because mimi lakini in the same area. Nasema ni kama Kangemi ni another county. I'm so sorry. There's also Naman tuned in from Limuru. Karibu sana Naman, I hope inakubamba. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. Another Saturday we meet right here on the Boomyard. And I also have, this is Kim Chege, praise God, Tiffany Jericho listening, ready to learn. Please drop for us Yule by Alice Kimanzi on the Boomyard. The hashtag is listen and live, hashtag Boomyard. Anasema pia Bwana amenipa nafasi nyingine, Mungu wa neema. That is a song by Joel Lwaga that was playing earlier on. And also saying hallelujah, we need you more Lord. The hashtag is Boomyard and listen and live. That is at Kim Chege. I also have someone asking, Najoko neighborhood near Pastor Timam. Yes, that is the song by Pastor Timam. And again, just to let you know that we are going to the next hour where the Meme Nani segment is going to be coming up. So please continue to send in those funny memes that have made your week. I would love to also share a laugh with you. So you can send them to our WhatsApp line, very much open to your comments on 0717 400 555. Or you can reach out to us on our social media platforms. We are live on Hope FM Live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter. Continue letting me know what are some of those memes that you just ulizio. Sana za world coin. Mimi natafuta za world coin sana. I don't know why. I just have something about this world coin thing. And also remember the discussion and conversation for tonight is featuring everything to do with money, finances, savings, and investments. So get your questions ready. We have somebody in the building who's going to be talking to us about that. So get your notebooks and your pens out, because I think it's going to be an amazing session. If you want to know if you're a young person, or not even a young person really, not a must, but anyway, whatever age you might be in, and you are just trying to figure out how you can get your finances right, if you can be able to invest in something that can earn you some returns, or maybe you've made some mistakes and you're just trying to wonder, what did I do wrong? I placed my money here na kidogo ilienda mrama, kidogo ilikuramba manze. We would love to get those questions. Please do send them to me. Again, our WhatsApp line is 0717 400 555. I think kuna mtu ameshatuma meme hapa. Yes, ni vizuri. Yeah, please send the memes very early, because we are about to laugh. I can also see Donald Jones, aka Mzungu Omondi, listening from Washington State in the US of A. Karibu sana, Donald Jones. You're always tuning in every single Saturday. Thank you so much for making time to tune into the Boomiad. I hope you are listening wherever you are. You're having fun. You are enjoying the show. I don't know what time it is there. I think it should be morning. But yes, continue just tuning in. Continue sending in those comments. And also, please don't forget the conversation on finances. Get your books ready. I think it's about to be an awesome a late session.
FM.
It's now 8 p.m.
Listen and live.
A revival is breaking out.
Hapa ni wapi?
The Boomyard. Mimi ni nani? Mimi ni nani? On the Boomyard.
Listen and live.
All right, and on our Mimi Nani segment for tonight, by the way, the song that just ushered us into this hour, that is 9 minutes past the top of the hour, is a new one called Wimbo Wangu by Bire. The vocalist actually got to know his Pastor Bire, the vocalist. My apologies, wherever you are, Pastor Bire. An amazing one, a very new song. So grateful that I could be able to launch it right here on the Boomyard. And for tonight's Mimi Nani segment, I have something very interesting. Of course, nitasoma za Worldcoin vile niliwaambia, lakini kuna of course on Kenyan, this is a Kenyan memes on Twitter, anasema kitunguu bei mahali bei ya kitunguu mali imefika, tutakuwa tunashikana majirani wanne tunanunua moja tunakatiana shares. I found that to be interesting because vitu zimepanda bei manze, na kidogo na watu na majirani wako tukienda shopping next ama ukienda ku restock, please niambie tununue tu moja and then we can be able to just share what we have. I also have another one. Inasema, raise your hand if you used to watch Chinese movies when you were younger, and when the movie was over you will go outside and begin training. You become so inspired by these people who are, ni kama it looks so easy, like what they're doing looks so simple. Wewe mwenyewe unajiambia hata mimi naweza train. Karate Kid, for me I remember that one. Na hizo zingine mingi sana, I don't know their names, but I remember those ones, there were so many. Ulikuwa unaenda nje alafu una feel ni kama I can be able to do this. This is my thing.
Mim ni nani? On the Boomyard.
I also have something about the economy. Inasema saving on this economy is funny. You save this month, the following month your savings save you. It is a vicious cycle of saving yourself and not the money. Very interesting. Even as we're going to be talking about some of these things tonight, I think that's something very interesting. Unapata maybe savings zako vile umeziweka kidogo, the next time you have to quickly dash into your savings pocket and just remove something, and now it is saving you instead of you saving that money.
Mim ni nani? On the Boomyard.
Another one right here for all of you guys, just to get a note of this. I don't know kama ime kufanyikia, but imagine leading a chorus in church. That's for my people in the worship team. Alafu unaona mtu anatoa simu yako kwa chacha. Sitaki kucheka because I know of a friend actually simu yake. Actually I know two people wenye simu zao ziliibiwa kwa kanisa. Akioi. My guys, tunachoma picha. Yesu hakutuambia tukue hivyo aki. We are burning. Imagine uko tu hapo una lead chorus, uko tu sawa, alafu kidogo your phone it is removed from the charger. My goodness, that must be so sad.
Mim ni nani? On the Boomyard.
I also have this one. Tumefika sasa wasi wa Worldcoin na sasa inasema wale wa Worldcoin macho zinazimwa on Saturday, and that is today. Wale ambao mlienda kudini macho hapo mjue today lights out. Aki poleni wasi wa Worldcoin, in case unanisikiza, please do not feel offended. I just found it to be extremely hilarious. Please forgive me, but it is just hilarious, honestly. I don't know if it is the level of ignorance, but well, we'll get to know once the investigations are concluded, because again, as I said in the earlier hour, the people who are saying Worldcoin is legit, lakini wengine wanasema sio legit. Sasa anyway, we will get to know much later.
Mim ni nani? On the Boomyard.
I also have another one. Wakati wa exams, I think there are many institutions that are either about to get into exam period ama mshaingia. Inasema 1 week before exams ndio unaonanga enyewe kweli a university is a learning institution. Hapa ndio siku unakutana na msee wa mtura ndudhi na kila mtu mkitafuta exam card. Wenye labda mjaonana throughout the semester, unashanga manze kwani huyu alitokanga shule ama sijui. Unapata kume sisi wote tuko tu hapa tukitafuta exam card juu chini, unashanga form ni gani?
Mim ni nani? On the Boomyard.
I also have another one. Inasema badala mtu akwambie tu vizuri umerudia nguo, especially of course amongst Kenyans, something that we do, anakwambia nimeona hii shati nikajua ni wewe. That is your sign. In case you umekuwa ukivalia your dress, your shati sana, mtu anakwambia manze nimeona hii shati nikakufikiria ama nimeona nikakukumbuka. Just know they are politely trying to tell you that umekuwa ukivaa sana, please change your wardrobe. But I think it's better than being so mean, because Kenyans can also be brutal and brutally honest, but I think it's a good thing by the ambia tumse umekuwa ukirudia sana, unaweza badilisha ama itakuaje.
Mim ni nani? On the Boomyard.
I also have another one saying forget about heartbreak. Nothing hurts more than looking for a spoon while others are eating. Whichever kind of event it is, unaweza kuwa tu uko we umepata sahani ya food kwa wedo, umeenda umekaa chini lakini spoon zimeisha. So uko na chakula hapo ndio, lakini spoon iko wapi na hautakula na mkono. It is hurting. It hurts and it really, really hurts.
Mim ni nani? On the Boomyard.
I also have another one here sent by one of you on WhatsApp. This is anasema I came across a Christian meme group. Now this meme inasema I want to be so full of Christ that if a mosquito bites me it flies away, singing there's power in the blood.
Mim ni nani? On the Boomyard.
I also have Daniel slept in a lion's den, Peter slept in a prison, Jesus slept in a storm. So the moral of the story is no matter your circumstance, you can definitely take a nap. That is the moral of the story. In case you have any more memes, please do not hesitate to send them to me. WhatsApp line is very much open on 0717400555, or you can leave me a comment. We are live on our social media platforms at Hope FM Live. I would love to know what is that one thing for you that really made you laugh from the memes that you have seen all over this week.
Experience the hope, the music, the anointing. This is Hope FM, where you listen and live.
Hope Media inawashukuru wote ambao wameungana nasi na kujiandikisha kama Friends of Hope kwa minajili ya kuendeleza huduma ya Hope Media.
Mi sijui nini itakufanya, but anyway, karibuni sana once again. This is the Boom Yard, bringing us to 26 minutes past the top of the hour, even as we dive into our conversation for today. Again, as I told you guys, tutakuwa tunaongelelea mambo ya finances hivi. So please, again, I told you, get your notebooks, your pens ready, because I think this is going to be a very informative session. Maybe you're going to learn something you never knew. In case you're also somebody who's also finance oriented, please do let us know. We'd love to know your insights on the same, on some of these questions that we're going to be asking right here. So in studio tonight, I have someone by the name Lupia. I hope, is that like your real name?
Yeah.
It's your real name?
Yes.
Oh, sawa. Yes. So his name is Lupia, but of course I'll give him a chance to introduce himself. And I'll just let him dive into that whole topic about finances as we just get to ask a bit more questions. So Lupia, please go ahead and let us know your name. What do you do? Is finance your, full-time thing? If you can just let us know.
My name is Lupia, as you've heard. Yeah, it's my real name.
Mm-hmm.
The other name is Cyrene.
Cyrene.
Yeah, Cyrene.
Mm-hmm.
During the day, I'm a student at the University of Nairobi.
Mm-hmm.
Currently in 5th year,
Mm-hmm.
doing mechanical and manufacturing engineering. Yeah, but yes, finance is a very, very interesting area for me.
Mm-hmm.
That I have been interacting with for the past 5 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love finance. I have a background in finance.
Mm-hmm.
Kidogo tu.
Mm-hmm.
Si sana.
Kidogo tu.
Kidogo.
Okay, so unajua umesema during the day ni kama una change kama sijui ni Batman ama ni nani, like during the day you're a student and then do you do now finance kando at night?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I run a company that deals with finance,
Mm-hmm.
called Truska Limited,
Mm-hmm.
that deals with training on financial literacy, that does online webinars on the same, majorly dealing with the youth,
Mm-hmm.
and just overall investment advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wow, awesome. For the youth particularly.
Yeah, it's majorly for the youth,
Mm-hmm.
but we also deal with SMEs
SMEs are
and
nice.
MMEs. Yeah.
So it's also about business and entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
like all yote too.
Or everything that has to do with financing. So we help when it comes to SMEs. How do I manage my finances, debt financing, such kind of things? Yes.
Oh wow, okay. I'm already getting excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm already getting excited. So anyway, and I think we can just begin, even in a few, by just, if I can just say, there's a lot, as we were just discussing, even off mic, you were just telling me there's so much about savings, investments, Nikki, to wide. And there are many young people who probably have questions on, so many questions about, where do I start or anything. So let's just start from the base, for example. Let's start from the base. As a young person, for example, a student like you, maybe, survive on pocket money from your parents. Maybe you don't have a side hustle. So kila siku unapewa tu pocket money and that's what you survive on. Is it possible to still save? Is it possible to still invest with what you get? Or you tu chore mpaka you get a job? Or when you get a side hustle? Like, can it also work for you if you just survive on pocket money?
Yes, we majorly, why did we choose the youth? You see, what the main factor when it comes to investment is time. Time, if time is on your side, then investment is your best friend. You see, an investment that if I invest today, in the next 10 years, let's say I'll be 33 years old in the next 10 years. So that means I'll still be young in quote unquote young, but this investment has been investing for the last 10 years. But compared to someone who's a little bit older, 33 waiting for 43 or 43 waiting for 53, it's a little bit harder for them. But you see, that's why we are encouraging the youth to start early, because time is our ally when it comes to investments. You've asked me a very interesting question that we get most of the time, that I survive on pocket money.
Yeah.
I barely have enough for myself and all can I invest? Can I save?
Mm-hmm.
And I will say it's something that it's not a straight yes or no answer for such a question, because for me, I advise, and we will talk about savings. I'll begin with savings because for me that is the very first thing before investment. Before investment, I have to think of savings, because and if you want to hack this, I tell people most of the time is you have to treat savings as an expenditure.
Okay. You have to treat savings as an expenditure.
As an expenditure.
Part of what your expenses are.
Savings does not come as a last minute option, or whatever I have left is what
I will
now
save.
Accounts to savings. But if you start treating savings as an expenditure, that this is part of my everyday expenditure, then it becomes easier to save. That is one thing that we tell people mostly. So treat savings as an expenditure. It will help you so much rather than an afterthought of your expenditures. Then when it comes to investment, can I invest with my
Kidogo pocket
kidogo?
money.
I am a comrade. And I understand. I understand very much.
Oh, you understand very well.
I understand very much. I'm still very much a comrade.
Yeah.
Na the kuinama ni real. Kuinama ni real. And yes, I believe that we can do so. From what I've come to understand is that there's so much money among the youth, and investment you do not necessarily have to do it alone. That's something that most youth, we don't understand, that we don't have to do it alone. I understand I do not have that money, the next person doesn't have that money, and so forth and so on. So you see, I have 200 to spare. We are 10 of us who have 200 to spare. That becomes 2,000.
Yeah.
That becomes 2,000. If we get another 1,000 shillings, we can invest in an Emakiba loan, an Emakiba bond, which goes for 3,000 shillings. So you see, for you alone, it might be hard. Yeah. But you see, what we can do is we can advise group investments when there is not that much money when it comes to people. Then you see, once you are a pool, it gives you so much leverage when you go to invest. Yeah. Wow.
Okay. I'm already mi sikuwa najua hizi vitu, like, okay, sawa, I wish I knew this when I was in, ulikuwa wapi. Anyway, you can continue sending in those questions and your comments and your feedback on the same. We are still going on with the show, by the way. Those questions about finances, you treat it as your expenditure. That is something I don't think I've ever thought of. Like, imekuwa like a second, hand kind of thought, but you treat it as part of your expenditure, something very interesting. So please do continue streaming in your questions and your comments. I'll be just reading a bit of more that you have already been sending. I can see WhatsApp imejaza na pia right here on YouTube and Twitter, and also Facebook. No, na imejaza pia. So again, our WhatsApp line is 0717 400 555, or you can find us on that is Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We are live at Hope FM Live.
Hope FM exists to know God and make Him known through evangelism and
Hey, hey, hey. Amazing song by Michael Stuckey known as Judah. Pale West Africa ndio tumeenda, bringing us to actually 19 minutes to the top of the next hour. An amazing song right there by Michael Stuckey inaitwa Judah, inasema Judah rise, declare and sing. And tunaendelea hapa on the Boomyard. By the way, please do not tune out in case you are planning to, because we have just begun the conversation on finances and already nimekuwa tu yani imesha nishika yani, because I'm learning so much that I actually didn't get to appreciate ama sijui sikuwa na hata sijui ni nini, lakini I'm learning so much with our guest tonight, who is known as Lupia Cyrene. Also, just to read a bit more of your comments, there's someone who's tuned in from Fair Value Supermarket in Kangemi, tuned in. Karibu sana, thank you so much for tuning in. Chairman Joseph Karine anasema hiyo story ya chapo manze, anasema kuna vile zinaweza kuwa delivered kwa parcel, aki I wish hata ungeziona, they are amazing. Anasema niko na ile feeling ukipita mbele ya Kenchic 12 noon na kuna kuku zinazunguka hapo kwa display zinapiga Somerset hapo kwa memes. Nani anasema mimi ni nani rather, anasema watu wa Worldcoin wataanza kununulia macho tokens next week manze, hao ni kama itawaramba But thank you so much, Chairman Joseph, thank you so much for tuning in kama kawaida. I also have Joe tuned in from Lower Kabete. Ametuma mimi anasema inakaa mtu kama NASA hapo, anasema inakaa hiyo ugonjwa yako haiko kwa notes kidogo, sikusomea hiyo kwa darasa, pole sana, I am so sorry And again, we continue with our conversation for tonight on finances. Just before the music break, we were talking about how, as a young person, in case you're tuned in, hauna, pesa ya inaingia kila month ama kila siku, na bado unataka kuinvest, bado unataka kukua serious about saving, but you have irregular income or you just plainly depend on your parents. So Lupia, even as you were telling us, and even as you're telling me off mic, you were telling us about how important it is to have group investments, and they can help you to just pull your funds together, and your 200 yangu yako na yako inakuwa 2,000, inakuwa 3,000. And even as we're discussing, I think it's a bigger issue, not even about group coming together. It's more about the group dynamics. So even as you said you run a company, do you handle the aspect of group dynamics that help people to understand how we can be able to save together, na mtu asihepe na vile ulikuwa unasema pesa ya chama ama mmeinvest alafu unaona mse mnampigia hachukui simu? How do you handle such group dynamics?
Si usema pali kuna watu mambo ni mengi. And yeah, it's true that when it comes to people, then there are so many other factors other than just the normal investments that are there. But what we do is, you see, contract is binding, and whatever you have agreed upon, or whatever you've agreed upon is set on stone. And you see, for a group, I'll give an example. We had a group of ours, 10 of our friends, and we opened up an account in a money market fund, one of the local money market funds. Let's say 10 of us. We had tried the chama thing, so pesa inawekwa kwa mtu mmoja and all. So you see that it's being controlled by a person. When it at first it was being controlled by a person, the money. But you see, opening a money market account as a group, because we have some money market accounts that allow for group group investments. And therefore, you see, we are introducing a neutral party that is holding this money for us. That's the first thing, that this money is not entrusted on one single person. Then number two is what controls are there when it comes to withdrawals, when it comes to this money. There, like the group allows 3 people have to be a signatory. It's all down to, like, let's say a company, or down to whatever you guys are agreeing on to put this money safe. You see, so this introducing the third party and introducing the neutral party, that you are able to see who deposited how much, what interest are we accruing, and therefore my interests are pegged on my contribution, or whatever we are agreeing on as a group. So the money is dealt with by a third party, but not necessarily the group itself, because the group dynamic is
ni kitu serious, ni ngumu
sana. But you see, a circle is a group.
That's true.
You understand that?
Yeah.
A circle is a group.
Yeah.
An insurance is a group because they pull resources.
Yes, that's true.
At the end of the day, these are group, and it will always be such dynamics will always be there. So it's up to you to come up with whatever you guys are agreeing with that works best for your group. Advise you, use your friends mostly.
Ukienda na strangers hapo,
ukienda na strangers kidogo, inaweza waramba hard for you guys. Yeah.
Oh, so actually what I'm also getting is that it's important to even have a contract that is binding, so that I think kuna wenye nasemanga si tuanze nini sure yeah you get excited.
Put it down on paper. People, if you read history, people have lost so much because of never putting some
on paper.
And people have made money because they went to patent it first. They did this first. It's very important to put it down on paper. You might be friends, you might be all that, but put it down on paper, something that is binding for you guys for any future, because I'm sure you guys when you start that group, you're looking to grow.
Exactly.
You're not looking just for small money.
Yes.
You're not looking to remain where you are.
Yeah.
You're looking at becoming something big.
Yeah.
Do that.
Oh wow. Okay. Wenye mnasikia tafadhali, kama mmeanzisha investment it's good, lakini kama hauna contract, mtu akiamua kuwatoka aseme hapa nimejipatia kakitu, kidogo itakuwa ngumu. That's what we're getting tonight. Again, our WhatsApp line is very much open, 0717400555. I can already see also another comment right there. Someone anasema storo ya savings ni muhimu sana. And also be taking your calls in the next hour, even as we're going to dive deeper into this conversation about finances. So again, please do stay tuned for this and more. Tuendelea kuuliza maswali za investments, of course. And in case you're also somebody who again is well equipped with this, you can also let us know what has been working for you, because again, what we're also getting to understand is that what may work for you is not what may work for every single person.
FM, broadcasting on 93.3 Nairobi, 93.9 Western Kenya, and 10.
Inanipeleka mbali, Just Away by Kabere and Mr. V, bringing us to 6 minutes to the top of the next hour. This was one of your guys' requests, so I hope imekubamba. I hope you had fun listening just to that hit. Even it was just a rest in peace to Mr. Kabere. And again, tonight the conversation is everything to do with money, everything finances. And if I can just sample a bit more of your comments also. Liz, who is speaking from Kimbo Indriru, is saying, Mata savings ni muhimu sana hiyo story. Mi savings ilinisaidia kwanza biz, treating savings kama one of the expenses or expenditure ni kweli. When I was employed, I had set a standing order. Though inawekwa kwa savings lock account, ilifika place in my mind, I would know that what I have is a salary minus what was being deducted. Amazing. We were just talking about that with Lupe right here off mic. So it's just like an amazing confirmation of what you've just said, Liz. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And thank you so much again. I also have this is Jacob anasema praise God, hata chama husaidia sana, pia ujue wenye uko nao around, haba na haba hujaza kibaba. Anasema Hope FM is my home, listen and live, tuned in from Ongata Rongai, Jesus is Lord. Thank you so much, Jacob, for also giving in your comments on the same. Anasema chama ni important. When you pull your resources together, two are better than one, even as the Bible says. And even as we just wrap up this hour, Lupia, as you're also discussing again, ata Lisa may confirm, because you're also saying that treat as part of your expenditure. Unajua every month it is 30,000 minus 10 ama minus 5, automatically unaanza kubuild yo. And there are so many investments, by the way, that are out there. So many, as in first of all, for me, I remember nikianza kuangalia to Google, I was getting so confused because Google uses such heavy terms, these companies that run blogs on finances.
Yes.
And I didn't understand. I actually just had a class, ni kama ilikuwa one-on-one, and somebody broke it down na nikaielewa vizuri. So what are some of those investments that a young person, whoever wants to start investing, can just venture into with whatever little money that they have?
For investment, there are two things. There are two things when it comes down to investments and money, and that is whether you want to be more liquid or you want to be illiquid. Illiquid and liquid means that how accessible is your money? How can you quickly turn it into cash? Is it easier for you to turn it into cash or not? You see, so when you're looking at investment areas, there are areas that make you very illiquid. You do not necessarily have money as such, or accessing that money is very hard. Give for example a SACCO. A SACCO will take you so long for you to withdraw your funds. So it makes you're not very liquid. But if you look at the interest when it comes to savings in a SACCO are quite high.
Quite high, yeah, that's
because
true.
they're making you see that's a trade between being liquid and being illiquid. Because you see, let's give another example where you have your money in a bank account. That's very liquid. You can withdraw that cash anytime. Does it earn interest? Most normal current accounts don't earn any interest because they make you very liquid. You see, and that's just an example. So you have to check whether your needs will be very soon. There are people who anticipate. There is the family dynamics. So you are anticipating emergency. You are anticipating need very soon. So for you look at more of investment opportunities that will make you liquid faster. That's for example a money market fund. A money market fund is just like a normal bank account where you just open an account and you are able to send to send money there. Let's say every month, every week, whenever you get it, and it earns interest. It earns quite a bit of interest, 9%, 10%, according to last reports. And this is money that you can withdraw. So you see in cases of emergency, you can actually get your money. Whether you need something, you can actually get it.
You have
so
access.
that is something you can look into as people who are looking at, let's say, you will need this money quite soon. But for me, for me as a young person, emergencies are not that quite much.
Yeah.
So the need to be liquid is not that high.
Mm-hmm.
So what is more profitable for me?
Mm-hmm.
It's I'll look at things that make me less liquid.
Mm-hmm.
You see, mtu atakwambia tulinunua shares za Equity kitambo,
Yeah.
10 years tumeziuza leo.
Tumeziuza
See
leo.
that for 10 good years you didn't have that money. That is just it's represented in terms of shares.
Yeah.
So you see you've put your money in terms of stock,
Mm-hmm.
and this stock you're looking at it to grow
Mm-hmm.
on a later, not tomorrow. You're not looking to sell off your shares tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at long term.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's what I was telling you. The youth have the advantage of long term.
Mm.
So you see, for a youth, it's very much okay
Mm-hmm.
to look at that long term.
Yeah.
And I don't know why youth don't join SACCOs. SACCOs zimekuwa za
Zawazae.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And pia I would strongly advise them to do so,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a very good platform for you just to let your money grow.
Oh wow.
Let your money
To let
grow,
your money grow.
in a place that is just secure. Get a good circle, a place that is secure, giving you very very good interest, and it will give you the savings culture that every month I need to get this. I need to get this.
Yeah.
And nimesikia story ya Worldcoin sana. And
even before you actually give your sentiments on Worldcoin, let me just pull a bit more some comments here. Hapa kwa Facebook and YouTube. There's Irene Wamboy who's tuned in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hosea Simiyu listening. Irene Wamboy anasema #Boomyard the best show ever. Thank you so much. Maurice Okumud following up from Siaya County. Fred Wanyama learning from Ngong, my favorite. Thank you so much. I have Joseph Mutunga anasema tuned in from Lower Kabete, requesting Godfrey Stephen Mwana. We also have Kennedy Korir anasema adulthood is a scam. Better when we were young, everything was provided for. Face purple crying. That is very true. I mean, adulthood is a scam for sure. But I mean, even as we continue to just delve into this conversation about investments, Nimingi and everything, continue sending in your questions and your feedback on the same, hoping that we can continue to interact with more of you guys and even get more of the questions that you guys have. Again, our WhatsApp line is open on 0717400555, or you can leave us a comment on Hope FM Live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter.
FM.
It's now 9 p.m.
Listen and live.
A revival is breaking out.
Sijui kama MySK song manze nilisikia na ilinivuta tu. This is I think it's Chikangambwe, but it's written as CIK, not CHI. Yes, because it is by Esther Chungu, the one and only. And that is bringing us to 7 minutes past the top of the hour on the Boomyard. You are right on time, by the way, in case ulikuwa mbali na umewasili. Sayo usijali, we got you. Don't worry, usistress. But tuko na an hour to go, so you are still very much on time for the Boomyard, even as we continue with our conversation tonight on matters finances. Kim Fuko manze. We're getting to just understand how it's so many things in the previous hour. In case you missed out, we've just had a great discussion with our guest in studio tonight, who's known as Lupia, and he was letting us know how it's actually an addition to invest as a group. It's a good thing to look at it as mina nataka pesa yangu pesa yangu. Instead of looking at it that way, you look at it as una letter 500 ama 200, and you can actually pull that together and invest in something that works for all of you. And even as we continue that conversation, Lupia, even as you left us hanging in the previous hour, tulikuwa tunaongelelea Worldcoin na vile wase walipanga line KICC ni kama ilikuwa inakaa election day, ilikuwa inakaa August 8th ama ni 9th, I think it was 8th. Hata youth wajaitokea hivyo kuvote. I tell you, as in it was crazy. Like KICC ilikuwa imejaa, ulikuwa unasikia tu. Even like I was saying when I was doing the mini the try and keep up segment earlier on, a lady too, I'm sure anasema mimi nimesikia tu kuna doi na pena, mimi nimekam tu. You see, so is it that even concerning Worldcoin, is it that economy ni mbaya sana mpaka tumeshindwa kunini? Ama what is the problem? Is it ignorance?
Worldcoin,
yeah,
it's not necessarily ignorance. Yes, ignorance plays a key to it, but it's down to people want money.
Yeah,
it's just down to that. It's plain and simple that the youth and every other person is looking for money. And that is something that is true every day. As people wake up, go to work, people hustle, people do that. People are really looking for money, and that is something that is true, especially among the youth. And that's what has driven us to such kind of areas, that whatever gets me money. Unaambiwa stories za DCI nini whatever gets me money,
yeah.
And we are at such a place that the youth are really looking for money.
Yeah.
And for me, I'll like to say that there's nothing as good as making clean good money, working for this money. I believe we can come up with ways, and we encourage, as a company, we encourage coming up with ways to create wealth, and ways to create money. How can we create money?
Honest ways to create
how can
money.
we create money? How can we engage? The normal thing that start up a company, do this, do that, and that's very hard. That's very hard when for a youth. Startups are very expensive.
That's true.
Startups are very, very expensive. But it's down to, I need you to look at problems. I think money solves problems, and people pay to solve for their problems to be solved. And what we advise mostly is what's a specific issue that is going on in your area. Me giving financial advice, me going to different areas, hosting people to learn about finances, did not necessarily require that much money for me to do this. You see, I will put on a Zoom call. I'll say tomorrow I'm having a talk, and I'll have it on Zoom. See, we are living in an age whereby it's so we are conveniently placed. So I've put my training on Zoom, and I'm not paying for a venue, but people are paying to come and listen to you talk about finances. And where did you get this information? YouTube. But not necessarily. I've not gone to YouTube. I've gone to school.
You've gone to school for it.
I've gone to school for it. But you see, it's something easy, as easy as that. And therefore, I think I'll advise the youth to really look into ways of just creating wealth and solving problems, and just overally get this money in a way that that will not put you at risk. That money that is I got this money this way, and the youth, we have so much opportunity, and serve the youth. I think when you look at the youth, serve the youth, you get money. You can look even at the elderly, you can look at different areas. There are so many problems that are yet to be solved, and a good idea will always get funding. So easy money is
It's a shortcut.
Shortcuts is hard. So, my fellow youth, najua ni kutaf. Najua ni kutaf. Tunainama sana pale klabu, hata chapo siku hizi ni mbao.
Imepanda manze.
Chapo imepanda sana. Tunatafuta base za 10 bob. But let's look into creation of wealth, and wealth that will last. You see, generational wealth. We are creating generational wealth that will last. 6,000 will end tomorrow. How do you create wealth that will last? Something that will live beyond you, not just the next payday.
And even in just a few minutes also, you were telling me how off the mic is that there are many young people who just have FOMO. Hautaki kusikia like hiyo WorldCoin ilikuwa ina nini na mimi nikasema hapana. If you can just,
we have that. We have a fear of missing out as the youth. Wase best yangu ana trade, anatengeneza 10k per day. Unasikia forex trading. Unasikia tu watu lot size. Unasikia tu such kind of things, and you're like, I need to get on this. We have to try each and everything that comes. I think for one, you need to be very inquisitive of anything that comes your way that deals with money. Be very inquisitive of it. Tunajoin hii company kudu. I'm referring people to join a company to do what specifically. You have to be very inquisitive. Like you have to ask, what are we doing here? I'm getting this money. How much is this person making? And that's something that is true. You have to be inquisitive, and two, not everything that is working for your friend will work for you.
Mhm.
Get something that works for you.
Mhm.
You don't have to force because it's making money for someone, it has to make it for you.
Yeah.
You don't know. Hivyo ndio ilinifanya forex karibu niruke.
Forex mimi
Hey,
hata sitaki
karibu niruke.
wewe uko naogopanga huko.
I spent nights and nights learning about candlestick patterns and bearish market.
Yeah.
Because my friends were making good money. And I had to come to an area that they are making money and I'm not in this area because it's not my area. I'm not saying it's a bad area to be
just
in.
not for you.
I had to come to an acceptance that it's not my area. So I had to look for an area that is mine and that will make me money as Lupia, but not because every single person is making money in this area.
Okay, bado tunaendelea manze na I think it's getting even hotter and better. Just getting to know that it's actually FOMO. If you're working on FOMO, please usikuwe na FOMO. What works for others may not work for you. Kama ulikiu again nakwambia pole sana in case tenda mrama, but you know, FOMO manze inakwanga kitu mbaya. Personally, I know I suffer from FOMO at times, not for these finance things, but you know, kisikia watu wako huku pia mimi nataka because niko na FOMO, you know. But anyway, again, continue streaming in your comments and your feedback. I'll be reading them in just a few. The number is 0717400555, or you can send me a comment on Hope FM Live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter. I'll also be waiting for one of our greatest fans, and that is Silva. Alikuwa amesema birthday yake ni jana, so I'll be wishing Silva a happy birthday right after this.
Experience the hope, the music, the anointing. This is Hope FM, where you listen and live.
The Boomyard is now rocking your weekend with Tiffany. Boomyard.
That is Sound of Victory by Travis Green, The Truth, and Limo Blaze, the one and only, bringing us to 25 minutes past the top of the hour right here on Boomyard. And Manze, we are having such an amazing conversation tonight on matters finances. Again, of course, Nilise Manga, every last Saturday and every first Saturday of the next month, we're going to be having discussions concerning finances because ndio wakati salo inaingia ama business labda inakulipa hiyo time juu hiyo ndio tamu umejipatia, alafu unapata unashanga tu, where did the money go, where did it all go to? So we're having that conversation tonight and we're getting to discover so many things. By the way, I think for me, I'm also learning so much that I did not know about saving, about investments, about finances. And again, of course, we are in studio with Lupia, and Lupia pia alikuwa ananiambia hapa just before actually we went for the music break, alikuwa anasema kuhusu budgeting. We were talking about that, just a bit of budgeting, even off mic. And kile ulikuwa unasema pia ni it's not, is it that is the problem that watu hawafanyangi budgeting vizuri ama ni hawafanyi at all? Like what exactly is the problem with young people, with any person? What is the problem with budgeting?
Budgeting is ni tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Budgeting, to be very honest, budgeting is a very tricky. It's a very tricky area.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about budgeting and the hardness about budgeting is contingencies.
Mm-hmm.
Things that are beyond our control.
Mm-hmm.
You see, nikishaeka food 1,000, this 3,000, this. See, that's very, you can see it.
Yeah.
But unajua kuna smocha fulani na kuanga tamu pahali. kuna kuanga na let's say juice ya kwanza pale klabu, kuna juice ya msoe na kuanga tamu sana.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to take it.
Yeah.
And so for me, budgeting, I'll advise you this: for the next 1 month, study yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to just take the next 1 month and study yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do not limit yourself. Just spend like a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Spend and just note down whatever you are spending. Take time to really know yourself before sitting down to do a budget.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of us don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us just sit down, plain budget. 50% goes to this, 20% goes to this, 30% goes to that. And we haven't really looked at ourselves personally, because I believe a budget is personal, and a budget is very specific, person specific, consumer specific. And so for me, I sat down and just viewed and looked at myself. Muturana spending basically how much you're jioni. And I came up with a rough estimate of whatever I spend and whatever I spend on. That 1 month was, let's say, fact finding month. Where Monday I like eating this.
Yes.
Tuesday and as a student it's easier for us because ni routine. Kulanga chapo beans Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Hata hizo chapo zenye una miss kidogo venye. So and so it's easy for me to know my routine, and therefore it's easy for me to budget now, knowing myself.
Yeah.
Most of us, we do not know our spending. We do not know our spendings. We do not know how we like spending, where we like spending, how much we spend.
Yeah.
And so take time and know that. And that will help you so much, even when you want to cut on some costs. You want to get that money for savings. You realize that hiyo mtura ya 30 kila siku, it's amounting to a significant amount at the end of the month. And therefore I can reduce this, let's say acha ikuwa ya Fridays pekee. You see, you need to look at yourself and really know, so that you budget. So take time and know yourself. Write down every day. It will be very tiring. It will be very tiring,
Yeah.
but it will be important
To
for
be
you.
worth it.
So write down Monday nilinunua mkate ya 14 nini, how you spent that money. This will help you form your next budget, so you'll know averagely on food I spend this, on this I spend this, that, and so it will help you make a budget that will be friendly for you. Unajua watu wakiangalia budget wanaona ni kama ni kukaza mshipi. Budget I'm making a budget because economy imekuwa tough. Lazima nikate hizi vitu. And you will realize that some things that you will cut are not necessarily hazikucost that much. If vitu zenye unaona I really need to cut, I really need to nini, you have to sit down with your finances the next month, really look at them. Then now come and write everything that you've been spending, how much is going to this, how much is going to this, how much is going to that. And so then you know how to allocate your money. Isikuwe tu change, isikuwe tu nini, you will know how to allocate your money and how best to deal with budgeting. So you need to know yourself. I think that is the greatest takeaway. Take time and study your spending habits. Take time and study whatever you consume and how much you consume. Take time before you sit down and budget. Usikate tu vitu because unakata
hivyo tu for the sake. Oh wow. Okay, sawa. Also a lesson for me. Juu kidogo I think mimi nilikuwa tuna nakata. And also a very interesting perspective that budgeting pia si ati ni ku tighten the belt, ni ku also see the things you'd like to enjoy with the money that you have.
Huwezi tu fanya kazi ndio tighten the belt kila siku. And then you're working to actually get things and enjoy. Life is for the living. And you to enjoy this money and all. So see that you're making that budget to tighten your belt and just make yourself a party pooper. Umekata kila kitu.
No fun.
No. They really fast sit down and see what your spending habits, monitor them. You can download even an app that will for the next month will monitor. Tag an expense. You've spent this on M-Pesa, tag it. The next 1 month is a fact finding month to really know where you spend and so that you can budget on it better.
All right.
So that usijikaze sana.
Okay. All right. Even if before I just go to the next music break, let me just read a comment here. Anasema, good evening, Tiffany, getting you loud and clear from Hamza Road, Makadara. Oh yes, tutamaliza na maombi ni muhimu. This must be Shadrach Mukolo. I think so. Yes, this is yes. Thank you so much for reminding that. I also have Kim Shagi anasema, hallelujah, you always make ways of faithful God. The hashtag is Boomyard, hashtag listen and live. Kuna also wengine anasema onto hapa Anto hapa senior listener anasema Onaga is working. Manze hii song imembamba kabisa, ameandika ma lyrics hapo. Thank you so much for tuning in, Anto. Thank you so much for making time for the Boomyard. And again, if you have any questions on the same, our WhatsApp line is very much open to more of your comments. Naona pia I think Kenam Humble alikuwa amesema listening and tuned in from Kangemi. Karibu sana. I hope the conversation inawapata vizuri, loud and clear. And again, continue streaming in your comments. Our WhatsApp line very much open on 0717400555, or you can find us on that is Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Hope FM Live.
FM, another quality service from Christ, is the Answer Ministry.
Boomyard.
Also another new jam by Janet Otieno. Inaitwa Wewe Ni Mungu, an amazing one, the latest one that she has just released. I think it's actually this month. Inaitwa Wewe Ni Mungu by Janet Otieno, bringing us to 37 minutes past the top of the hour, or you can say around 23 minutes to the top of the next hour right here on the Boomyard. And even as we're getting to finalize the conversation on finances, manzi imekuwa, I think it's just been a very amazing learning opportunity for me tonight. Kuna mahabits I think naenda kuziachilia ndio nilikuwa na two habits zenye zijanisaidia sana financially. And of course, even as you're beginning the new month, I think it would be awesome for you guys to just note down some of these tips that will help you even as you're budgeting, trying to invest, trying to see where you can save for a young person, where you can start kama uko university na unasikiza. Tumesema you just start with what you have, or you can get a group of friends that you really trust, like trust, not just strangers, and then you get to pull your finances together. And there you have watu watatu mnatoa 200, that's 600, that's more than what you could have given at a go. Ama kama mko watu ka 5 mnatoa nyi wote 500, you know, that's 2500, which you would not have been able to give if you are alone, but as a group you're able to come together and have that security as well. Of course, pia kitu moja nimelearn tonight is that lazima uandike everything on paper. Note it down on paper. Do not take it for granted. Note it down on paper and make sure that you have everything written down. So Lupia, even as you continue discussing, we'd also like to understand as a Christian, kuna principles fulani zenye tunaweza fuata, because watu wengi wafikiriangi okay, yes, you know, even when you're going to pray, you're like, yeah, God bless me financially and everything, but you don't really think that the Bible has anything to say concerning finances. Tunaonanga tu Bible ni you know, bad behavior, holiness, you know, but God is concerned about everything about us, not only at spiritually definitely, but even emotionally, physically, financially. So what are some of those, if I can call them values or principles that we can utilize as Christians to also help us just to manage our finances?
First of all, the Bible God is very keen on finances. You see, when Pharaoh was planning for 7 years of plenty, God asked them to prepare for 7 years of lack.
Yeah.
You see, this is someone planning for the future. This is someone you are having a time of plentiful. How do you look at the time when this thing will not be there? Niko na kazi sahi. Kuna ile time yenye labda you're moving from one job to another.
Yeah.
There is famine. Kuna ile time yenye kumekauka. And God asks us through these different stories on how, see, that's God asking us to prepare for such kind of time.
Seasons, yeah.
Seasons. The
Yeah.
seasons will be there, and he's telling us to utilize the season where we have plenty. And right now might be a season that you have plenty. So how are you preparing for that season that maybe you don't have? And also God expects us to multiply whatever he's given us. When Jesus was talking about the parable of the gifts, and the one who had 5 was able to give 10, the one who had 2 was able to give 4, the one who had 1 didn't do anything specifically. And if you ask me, how did that person change a 5 from a 10? That's investment.
That's true.
A 2 to a 4, they had to put money somewhere.
Yeah.
They had to do something with the money that
To
they
gain
have
some more.
for it to turn into more. And this money can even be used to build the kingdom of God and just continue on with the ministry. And it's so important. God really asks us to go forth and just multiply. What are we multiplying?
Yeah.
It was not just go forth and multiply, just bringing more people.
Yes, on
creating wealth, go forth and multiply. And that's what God has given to us. And because this is something that is not only for our good, but for the good of others, for edification of others. And that's very very important, that it's for the edification of others. Then something that is important when it comes to this is, and we kind of forget as Christians, is that investment is an income. And do you pay tithe on it? Do you give God what belongs to God when it comes to investment? That interest that you are accruing, are you giving it? Are you giving it back to God? Or it just has to do with your income and all. So that is something that is important, because I believe that God provided this, and it will be so important to give unto God what belongs
to God. Yeah.
That is very important when it comes to investment. I think most of us forget that when it comes to investments, and it helps us grow even more and more investments. And God is very interested in our growth, how we are able, for whom much is given, then much will be expected. And even the little that you have, God expects you to grow it. The little finances that you have, God expects you to grow it. For if I can't trust you the little, then how much will be trusted with more? So how can you multiply this? Learn how to multiply it, and it just makes it much more easier for you to receive more from the Creator. And be sure to give back to the Creator. It's very important to give back to learn that. I think finances, the very first thing, mimi ni mwalimu wa Sunday school.
Okay.
The very first thing that is important is, you need to learn that ni God. God, even just being able to get that extra fund for financing that job, you really have to go back to it's God who has provided this way. It's God who has opened up this way for me to do this and that, and therefore please engage God when it comes to this. God, I think, is the greatest financier there is. Please engage God when it comes to this. And just listen. There are so many preachers out there who are talking about creation of wealth. Jakes has a very nice talk when it comes to this. It's been covered extensively when it comes to creation of and just kingdom, grow the kingdom. The kingdom needs money. The kingdom needs
true.
Money.
The kingdom needs
the
money.
Kingdom needs us as the citizens of the kingdom to generate money from the kingdom, for us to reach those communities out there. Even the church itself needs to invest. I'm sure the church itself invests.
Definitely.
And it has helped it do one or two things that to move the church forward, for it to be able to reach more people, for
to
us
expand.
to do it's an important aspect.
Okay. All right. And just reading this from Liz, who is speaking from Kimbo in Ruiru, pia anasema about budgeting, anasema, it made me realize that I was spending a lot on lunch, and I decided to be eating food from home in the morning and carry a snack and tea to office. Wow, amazing. She says, we cannot save successfully without a written budget. I'm learning a lot. Thank you, Sana. Thank you as well, Liz, for tuning in. Thank you for sharing your insights about budgeting. Pia, so grateful we could hear what is working for you. And even as we just wind up in our conversation for tonight, I hope you've had your notebooks and your pens out, because for me, I have really been learning a lot on budgeting, saving, investments, and everything. I'll be reading a bit more of your comments. I can see Facebook pia me tune in and me send some more. I saw this is Vincent Mweka alikuwa na check in akisema, praise the Lord. Tiffany HPSS Mbakasi is tuned in. Thank you so much, Vincent, once again for another Saturday you are here. I also have Purity Korir Thika, well represented. Purity, karibu sana, all the way from Thika. Thank you so much for tuning in. Even as we go on into 14 minutes to the top of the next hour, in case you have any other question about savings or finances, or you can tell us what has been working for you, please do let me know. Do not hesitate. Our WhatsApp line is open at 0717400555, or you can send us a comment on Facebook and YouTube, and on Twitter we are live at Hope FM Live.
FM, broadcasting on 93.3 Nairobi, 93.9 Western Kenya, and 101.9 Mombasa.
Boomyard.
Coco Sour, Coco Sour. Mambo Sawa by Josh Extra, also a new one, released I think last month if I'm not wrong, should be less than a month old. I absolutely love this song. Inasema tu Coco Sawa kwa Yesu manze, mambo iko sawa sawa kabisa. An amazing one by Josh Extra. And finalizing on our conversation for tonight, again thanking each and every one of you for tuning in and making this an amazing one. And even as we finalize, again of course we began by just finding out, so as a young person, niko na pocket money peke yake, niko na 200 peke yake a day I can save, or I can save in a week only. And we got to understand that even with that little, you can pool your funds with your friends and come together. Getting to even understand how some of these investments work and how you can be liquid or illiquid. Kama investment yako ni ile unaweza toa pesa haraka, I think it makes you less profitable. And also if you can be able to just have some finances money, yes, maybe unaweza taka hii kitu lakini unasema this is what I'm going to be giving every single month. You're budgeting in terms of your checking. Like Liz was saying, I think alikaa chini akaona, I'm spending so much on buying lunch. And Lupe was also telling us, every day unaangalia tu smocha. So maybe nakula budget yako sana. So you just decide to check on what you spend on every single day. And that month is a fact-finding month, as he called it. And you get to understand yourself in terms of how you spend and how, your pocket looks like at the end of it all. And you can see what you can cut and what you can continue including. And of course, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So obviously we have to have some money for if you have some outings with your friends or things like that. I mean, usijikazie sana. Budgeting, as you've gotten to understand, is not just about tightening the belt and, making it look like, oh man, this is so bad. If you don't enjoy budgeting, I think you'll never budget. So it should also be you should see the benefits of it. And Lupe, also, even as you finalize, if you can just list for us some of those investments like people can, because I think ni mingi sana. And even as I was telling you, when I started checking out some of those investments, when I'm checking them on Google, it was so confusing, and there were too many. So what are just some of them, very shortly? What are some of those investment people can go into?
Investment is broad. It's quite broad, and we can look at some of the areas that typically are the general forms of investments. So we have almost risk diverse investments like bills and bonds. As you understand, government bills and bonds, that's a form of investment. I remember the previous government had tried to introduce consumer-friendly bonds. They were called Akiba. I think Akiba bonds that were going for as low as 3,000.
Wow.
As a youth, you can buy a government bond for 3,000,
wow.
And it was earning, I think, 4% interest. So that's something that someone can invest in. So that's I don't know about it. There was a stop to it. I don't know if it's back yet, but we'll see about that. So we have bills and bonds, which are a form of investment. We have SACCOs. SACCOs are a form of investment. Can join a SACCO. Personally, I'm in several of them. We have money market funds. We have different companies that have money market funds. So money market funds, I think the most common, it's called Saiton. I think so. They have a money market fund. So and for that, I'll advise you to also really dig deep into it before choosing an area that you are looking
to invest in.
When it comes to money market, putting your money in a money market fund, this is important. You can invest in shares. You can buy shares at the Nairobi store, Nairobi Securities Exchange, and that's also an area that we look at as a company. We classify companies into different categories. We look at the future. What does the future hold for a specific company? Buying shares requires information, so much information. Not just waking up in the morning. Kila mtu anabuy shares in company X. Kila mtu. You want to buy shares in this company. Every single person is buying it. That's also an area you need to look at. That's it. There are many forms. Real estate, land. You can look into agriculture, startups. Do you know you can actually invest in a company that is not yet listed?
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can become an investor into these startup companies. So many of these, like the Shark Tank, what were they doing?
That's true.
When you're looking at KCB, the Lion, then
Oh,
what were
yes,
they doing?
Lions Den,
They were looking at these companies were
potential
not listed.
startups
Yeah,
that
these
can
were potential startups.
yeah.
And I think investing in yourself is very important.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that is important.
Mm-hmm.
There are many forms of investment, but these are majorly it that we can look at as the youth. We can look at such areas that will not bring us, that may not require so much money and finances. If I can't tell you today, go buy a property at this amount, rent it out, or the return on investment on it. We don't want to go so much into detail when it comes to such, but we provide for that at my workplace, where we go into detail looking at different real estate, because I think that was a question. Real estate investment. We look at real estate, this area, how does it look like, rent, if you're buying, but this is an area that requires someone who has quite a bit of money. But we're also looking at how can you own real estate with your salary. And for these different groups of financing and investing, I'll advise you one thing: try very much to diversify your investments. What does it mean to diversify? What it means to diversify is, for lack of a better expression, is do not put all your eggs
in one basket.
It's such a cliche saying,
statement, but it's true.
But it still holds water to date. Because it means that you see, if circles are suffering, but money markets are having a very good day, therefore it means the losses that you're making on one area can be offset by profits in another area. Rather than having all your money suffering in one area.
Side.
You see, and when we're calculating portfolios, coefficient and all, we advise it to be negatively correlated, because it means it's a little bit diversified, so that you are safe, and not necessarily be safe. Then look at your risk appetite. When it comes to investment, look at your risk appetite. If you're not really looking into risky areas, invest in low risk areas. Bills, bonds are usually almost risk free. Sometimes we look at them as risk free investments. You can look at such. As you grow your risk appetite, your risk appetite will grow as you go by. So you can look at more risky investment. But as at now, try play it safe as at now.
When you're starting out.
When you're starting out, it will give you morale to go forward. But you look at, you've just invested today, starting investment today, and you've lost all your money. It demoralizes. You
won't even want to go back.
It really does. So we advise people start slowly as you build up towards
something bigger.
More and more investment.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you so much, Lupia, for such amazing insights. If you can just let us know also quickly, where can people find you? If your company is physical, where can we get you? It's social media, your training company.
For now, you can get us through our number, 0796 933324. Someone will answer you, or send us an email at thezealbiz at gmail.com. Our offices are located at Ngara. We are at Ngara Desai Road, Terex 613. That's where our offices are. If you want to reach us, you can reach us through that number, or send us an email. Come visit us, or we talk more on finances. We do one-on-ones.
Awesome.
We answer questions, and that's it. We love what we do. We do trainings and all.
All right. Thank you. That's the company is called Truska.
Yeah.
Truska.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Lupia, for coming through. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and your expertise and insights. I've gotten so many comments. Also, people saying there's Aaron Mutinda saying blessed and listening and getting enlightened. Na pia Duncan Oching anasema insightful topic tuned in at channel 896. Thank you so much, guys. And again, thank you, Lupia, for also just coming through and giving us your time right here on the Boomyard. And thank you to each and every one of you who has also made time to always be with us again every single Saturday. We meet next week on Saturday again from 7 p.m. Tutakuwa right here. Please do stay tuned for an amazing show. But also, even as you go into the night, stay tuned to Hope FM. By the way, you have some amazing worship music coming your way all through the night. That is Hope Through the Night. And even as we finish, I pray that God will bless you. May God keep you. May He continue to shine His face upon you. May God give you peace everlasting, even as you find out a way on managing your finances. May God also enlighten you and give you a way into that. My name is Tiffany Wambo, your host with the most. This has been the Boomyard on Hope FM, where you listen and live.
FM.
It's now 10 p.m.
Listen and live.
A revival is